guys, Ben here along with Lucas Wesco and Dave Chen from the Windows Phone team. Now, if you're looking to buy a smartphone and you're on a budget, a great way to do that is to buy your phone outright and not have a contract. So you're just paying for the minutes and the data that you use. That's why I'm so excited about this. This is the Nokia Lumia 521 on T-Mobile. It's a great phone, 4-inch display, has all the stuff you expect from Windows Phone 8, expandable storage, awesome camera, and the cool part about it is that you can get it with no contract for less than $150.
So we started thinking, what else could you get for $150? And what we're going to do today is we're going to take $150 and go to a bunch of stores and see what else you can buy, see how it stacks up against the Nokia Lumia 521.
So you guys want to meet up here in about an hour and we can show each other what we got?
Sounds good. Let's
All right,
go.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, so we're back. We're all $150 or more poorer, depending on how many phones we got. And we were out buying these phones, we noticed two things. We couldn't find anything that was running on a 4G network. Everything was running on 3G or lower, as opposed to the Nokia Lumia 521, which does run on T-Mobile's 4G network. And all of these phones run at best Android 2.3, which is a 2-year-old version of the Android operating system. Whereas with the Lumia, you get Windows Phone 8, which is our latest and greatest. So let's talk about some devices. Lucas, what do you got?
Well, this right here is the Samsung Illusion. It has a 3-megapixel camera to the Lumia's 5. It also has a lower screen resolution and much lower storage capacity than the Lumia.
It's a smaller screen too, right? I mean,
It
you can see it
is.
side by side. It's like not even close. I've got the Samsung Galaxy Appeal. It's a slider phone, which some people do really like. But it's a much smaller screen. It's a 3.2-inch screen, lower res display. It's got the same 3-megapixel camera off the back versus the Lumia's 5-megapixel camera. I think it only has 2 gigs of internal storage versus the 8 that you get on the Lumia 521. And they're both expandable. This one goes up to 32 gigs, this one to 64. So you're getting a lot more phone with the Lumia 521 than you are on the Galaxy Appeal here.
Well, Ben, I got you beat when it comes to storage because this buddy right here, the Prism, only has 512 megabytes of storage compared to the 8 gigs that you get with the Nokia Lumia 521, and also a 3.2 megapixel camera as opposed to the 5 megapixel camera on the Nokia Lumia 521.
Yeah. So all of these phones are pretty similar. Worse camera, less storage, smaller screens, and an older operating system.
Also, the build quality just doesn't feel quite as solid as the Nokia Lumia 521.
Yeah, I would agree on that. I mean,
These feel very
like
plasticky. This is some kind of polycarbonate that they have here, and it feels really good in the hand.
Yeah.
Let me stop you 1 second here. I have the LG Optimus Elite here. And this phone, if I had to compare, I mean, it's honestly not that terrible. It's still running the 2-year-old operating system.
Not that terrible.
Well, when I say not that terrible, I mean that it has a 5-megapixel camera just like the 521, but it has half the storage of the 521.
And again, smaller screen and still the older version.
That's right.
So it's about half as good as the Nokia Lumia 521.
About half as good.
So you do get a nicer camera, which is good, but still, I don't see anything on this table, and we weren't able to find anything out there in any of the stores that we hit that's even remotely as good as the Lumia 521. You can't find anything with a better camera. You can find anything with a newer operating system. You can find anything with more storage, and you don't get all the stuff in Windows Phone 8 like Nokia Here Maps, free offline mapping, Nokia Music, Xbox, all that stuff. You can't get that on any of these other phones. So in our unofficial test, Lumia 521, best smartphone you can get for $149.